Cascade Media, James Barfield here. And I want to talk to the American people about what we witness today in the name of justice. And I want to clear this up. What we witnessed today in Kenosha, Wisconsin was not justice. Rather, it was a big case of miscarriage of justice. From start to finish, this trial of Kyle Rittenhouse was flawed from the beginning. Now, let me tell you what I mean. In a pretrial motion, this judge said that the three people that had been shot, two of them killed, could not be referred to as victims, but they could be referred to as looters, robbers, and arsonists. Now, bear in mind that not a single one of those people had ever been charged, nor was there any evidence provided that any one of these three men had robbed, had looted, or had burned anything, nor anybody. This was an illusion that this judge wanted to put in place in order to protect the defendant. Now, when we talk about victims, let me make this perfectly clear. The three men that had been shot were victimized 3 times. Not one, not two, but 3 times. Number one, they were victimized by Kyle Rittenhouse, the shooter. Remember now, nobody else at this rally fired a shot with the exception of Kyle Rittenhouse. So number one, they were victimized by the shooter. Number two, they were victimized by the police departments that allowed a 17-year-old kid to walk down the street with an AR-15 strapped to his body, walking toward them in order to give himself up, and they tell him to get the hell out of the street or be tased. That's number two. And number three, these three men were victimized by an unethical, unprofessional, hell-bent on protecting the defense judge. This judge should never have been attached to this case with his mindset. Now, I understand he's the longest serving judge in Wisconsin. He's 75 years old. Now, you would think by this time, a judge sitting on the bench of a major trial such as this would have learned not to provide opinions, not to provide his feelings, his thoughts. That is not his job. His job is to listen to the evidence, weigh the evidence without prejudice in a neutral manner, and then give jury instructions to the jury as to how they are to proceed in their deliberations. This judge acted more unprofessional, more unethical than any trial judge I have seen in my lifetime, and I've seen a lot of them. This judge clearly went out of his way to give protection, to give his biased opinions, to refuse to allow information to the jury that should have been heard. He did everything he could to distort these proceedings. Now, this verdict that came in today, I want you to be sure, this verdict that came in today, taken in context with the verdict in the George Zimmerman case regarding Trayvon Martin, ladies and gentlemen, has clearly opened the door to further future criminal activity by wannabe cops, white nationalists, and people who want to take the law into their own hands. Now, let me be clear. The three people that Rittenhouse shot were all white. But let me tell you, Kyle Rittenhouse did not leave his home in Wisconsin and travel, his home in Illinois, and travel to Wisconsin with an AR-15 strapped to his body, driven there by his mother. He did not go there to kill three white men. He was going to what he thought was a Black Lives Matter rally with the intention to kill a or some black people. Now, I'm telling you the facts. Nobody else wants to say this, and nobody else has said it, and probably nobody else will say it. But I'm going to say it. He went to Wisconsin to a Black Lives Matter protest to kill a or some black people. Think about it. He'd already said previously while he was in Chicago or in Illinois, watching on a video about some rioters or looters or whatever, and his statement was, I wish I was there and I had my AR-15, I'd shoot somebody. He'd already said to some of his friends and buddies, he wanted to be a hero. Now, first of all, he was 17 years old at the time of the shooting. He did not buy a gun. He didn't buy the gun. Why? Because it would have been illegal for him to purchase a gun. So he had somebody buy it for him. Number one, so he's in possession of a gun illegally. Number two, his residence is in Illinois. Why did he travel across state lines to go into Wisconsin to meddle in something that did not affect him? I just told you why. He wanted to go there and be a hero, shoot up some black folks, and then claim self-defense no matter what happened, as he did here, even though he instigated. Now, he said he went there to provide medical help. Well, I've seen a lot of EMS units in my lifetime, and I've never seen one one of these EMS drivers or attendants with an AR-15 strapped to their body. Their truck is full of medical supplies. You don't go to provide medical assistance carrying an AR-15. This doesn't make sense. This is asinine. Now, let me tell you folks, this is as real as it gets. We've seen it once in Florida with George Zimmerman. Now we see it here with Kyle Rittenhouse. Now with this verdict, not guilty on all counts, ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, the door has been opened for vigilante justice all across America. Now, if you don't believe me, that's fine. As they say, though, seeing is believing. And I'm here to tell you, keep your eyes open, your ears open, because you're going to be seeing what I'm telling you as factual. Okay? You heard it here first. For Cascade Media,